You weren't supposed to lose the ability to sit still for 10 minutes. Now, most people can't even eat without watching something. We can't work without checking our phones or relax without constant stimulation. This level of distraction has started to feel normal.
If your attention span feels destroyed and simple tasks feel mentally heavy, your brain is likely stuck in a digital loop. Your brain has been trained to expect non-stop dopamine from short-form content. We call this dopamine overload. Notifications, junk food, and endless entertainment change how normal life feels. Simple pleasures start to feel empty. Reading feels slow and silence feels uncomfortable because your brain no longer knows how to be unstimulated. This isn't an extreme monk-style detox. Most people fail those within 24 hours anyway.
We're going to reset your brain in 30 days, without you having to disappear from society. There is one mistake almost everyone makes that makes cravings worse. Understanding this one thing changes everything.
First, let's clear up the biggest lie. Dopamine is not bad. It isn't poison. It's not. Dopamine is one of the systems that drives motivation, anticipation, learning, and reward seeking. Without it, you wouldn't pursue goals, exercise, or even get out of bed. The problem is not dopamine itself.
The problem is artificial dopamine overload. Your brain evolved where rewards were slower and connected to effort. You hunted and built for rewards. Now, your brain gets endless stimulation instantly with one swipe or click. One notification gives validation. One app gives infinite unpredictability, and your brain loves that mystery.
The real hook is the variable reward. It's basically a slot machine in your pocket.
After enough repetition, normal life loses psychological contrast. This is why everything starts to feel boring. Think about eating strawberries. If you eat them after weeks of clean eating, they taste incredibly sweet. But if you drink soda every day, strawberries suddenly taste bland. Your brain works the same way with stimulation.
When exposure is extremely high, ordinary activities lose intensity. Deep work feels painful, and conversations feel less rewarding.
I want to restore my sensitivity, but I don't know where to start. It's simple, just follow the instructions.
N-O-W.
N-O-W. Ah, what's happening? Faster. No, please, stop.
Your brain learns to expect an immediate emotional payoff. This creates a deep impatience with reality itself. One major cost is attention fragmentation. Your brain stops fully engaging with anything. You half watch videos, half read articles, and half listen to people. Your attention becomes shallow. Shallow attention creates shallow satisfaction. This is why binge consumption often feels weird afterward. There's a difference between being occupied and being mentally engaged. A dopamine reset helps rebuild depth. You regain depth of thinking, depth of enjoyment, and depth of presence. Honestly, that's becoming rare now. Why does willpower usually fail? Most people try to quit overstimulation using motivation alone. That rarely works long-term because the environment usually beats willpower. If your phone is next to you constantly, you'll use it. You're fighting an uphill neurological battle every single day. People blame themselves when the real issue is exposure. Behavior is heavily shaped by friction. The easier something is to access, the more often you'll do it. Self-control is about reducing accessibility. This means deleting apps, logging out, and turning screens to grayscale. Removing autoplay and keeping your phone outside your bedroom creates physical distance between you and your distractions. Habits are often less about character and more about cue exposure. Tiny environmental changes create large behavioral effects. Now let's get practical. A real dopamine reset should not feel like a punishment.
If your plan is too extreme, your brain will rebel. You need a sustainable system, not a fantasy. Instead of trying to become a productivity robot overnight, think in phases. The first phase is awareness. Most people don't realize how often they seek stimulation. Notice when you unlock your phone without purpose. Watch for automatic behaviors, like switching tabs constantly or watching videos while you eat. Awareness changes behavior faster than guilt. Once you see the pattern clearly, some habits feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is good. You're waking up psychologically and reclaiming your focus. Week 1. Lower the noise. It's not about being perfect, it's about reducing excessive dopamine spikes. We're not eliminating pleasure, just reducing overload. This is where most people fail by going too far. Your brain hates sudden extremes. Going from maximum stimulation to zero instantly is unsustainable. Instead, remove the biggest unnecessary dopamine drains first. Short-form content is usually the biggest offender. TikTok, Reels, and Shorts are designed for infinite scrolling. These platforms train your brain for rapid attention switching. Even if each clip is only 15 seconds, your brain is constantly processing novelty. This matters neurologically. After enough repetition, longer tasks start feeling emotionally flat by comparison. It's time to break the loop. During week 1, reduce short-form content aggressively. It is the primary destroyer of your focus. Discard the digital clutter. This shift allows you to reclaim your time for meaningful activities like reading or exercise. Then, reduce multitasking. Try eating or walking without a screen. You are rebuilding your boredom tolerance. Boredom tolerance is connected to focus capacity. Those who can handle mental discomfort perform better at deep tasks. Modern life treats boredom like an emergency. But boredom is the bridge to creativity and problem-solving. Your brain needs empty space sometimes. Not every second needs input. Some of your best thoughts happen after stimulation stops. That's why people get insights in showers, walks, or quiet moments. But if your mind is constantly flooded with content, your thoughts never fully develop. You stay a consumer instead of a creator. That's a hidden benefit of a dopamine detox. Your internal voice becomes clearer again. By week 2, focus begins to rebuild. Something interesting happens. At first, things may actually feel worse. This surprises people. Tasks feel boring. Cravings increase. Your brain is adjusting to lower novelty exposure. This is where most people quit. But this phase means it is working. You're noticing dependency patterns. Start replacing high dopamine habits with slower rewarding behaviors. These retrain your reward pathways. Reading, journaling, exercise, or cooking. At first, these feel less exciting, but over time, they regain their richness.
This is the rewiring process people talk about. It is not magic. It is neuroadaptation.
I need a distraction. You aren't resting, you're just changing the source. Awareness is the first step toward freedom.
Am I actually resting?
By week 3, true motivation finally begins to return. Simple tasks no longer feel like a chore. Even reading feels less mentally exhausting. Your brain is no longer being constantly flooded. That scattered feeling begins to fade away. Every interruption leaves a part of your attention behind. That's time you'll never get back. And that's the reality of context switching. Eventually, your brain feels overloaded despite accomplishing very little. You feel busy all day, but mentally dissatisfied at night. Constant stimulation can increase baseline restlessness and anxiety. This connection surprised many researchers. Your nervous system often stays alert. When stimulation fades, silence can feel unfamiliar and uncomfortable. This is why some people instantly reach for their phones during uncomfortable moments. Distraction became emotional regulation. Sometimes the phone isn't entertainment, it's avoidance. Avoidance of uncertainty, loneliness, stress, or your own thoughts. A dopamine detox forces buried mental noise to surface. It is uncomfortable initially, but healthy long-term. By week 4, your brain starts trusting you again. This is the deeper benefit nobody talks about enough. A successful dopamine detox changes self-perception. Every time you resist compulsive behavior, you build internal strength. Your brain collects evidence of your actions. Repeated self-betrayal damages self-trust and makes you feel powerless. When you repeatedly lose control of your attention, your identity shifts. Your brain notices when you aren't in charge. It is easy to view yourself as distracted, undisciplined, or inconsistent. But the reverse is also true. Every small moment of intentional behavior rebuilds your self-respect. This is why dopamine resets improve confidence. It's not fake confidence, it's confidence built from evidence. This isn't about becoming boring. The goal isn't to remove enjoyment, but to remove compulsiveness. There's a difference between intentional enjoyment and being unable to stop. One feels restorative, the other feels draining. A healthy brain should enjoy stimulation without depending on it. After a reset, entertainment actually becomes more enjoyable.
Your brain regains sensitivity, and simple experiences feel richer again. Here is the most important rule for long-term success. Do not think in terms of temporary detoxes. Think in terms of baseline lifestyle design.
Build permanent systems. Maybe you keep short-form apps deleted, or create screen-free mornings.
The specific system matters less than your consistency. It is about what you choose to do every single day. Your environment either trains focus or trains distraction every day. One unexpected benefit is how your perception of time changes. In rapid dopamine cycles, weeks simply blur together. Constant stimulation prevents your brain from deeply encoding your daily experiences. When attention becomes intentional, life feels slower and fuller. Moments feel real, and conversations feel truly present. This is why many people never want to return to their old habits. They've found a deeper level of satisfaction.
But what happens if you relapse? You probably will mess up sometimes, and that is completely normal.
The problem isn't one bad day. The problem is turning that day into a permanent emotional spiral. Instead, treat a relapse like data. Ask what triggered it, what environment caused it, or what emotion you were avoiding. Curiosity works better than shame. Shame closes you off and leads to escape, while curiosity helps you grow. The real transformation after a dopamine detox isn't just about productivity. It is about regaining control. You stop feeling constantly pulled by every impulse. You stop needing constant noise and find peace in the quiet. Without a reset, you need non-stop stimulation just to feel okay.
But soon, you regain the ability to focus voluntarily and enjoy simple things more.
Your mind feels less chaotic. In a world designed to hijack attention, that is a serious advantage.
People think the rare skill now is intelligence. It isn't. Sustained attention is becoming rarer. Those who protect it carefully will have a massive advantage mentally, emotionally, and creatively. Because attention controls behavior. And behavior shapes life.
Maybe your brain isn't broken, it's overloaded. The good news is, brains adapt.
In 30 days, your brain can feel very different if you start changing what you feed it.
Your attention is one of the most valuable things you own now. Protect it carefully.